Welcome to my channel in which I talk about what's going on in China from China. From the 80s, the expats in China mainly came from the US, Japan, and Germany. Most of these expats came to China because their companies opened factories here. However, things are slowly changing. The expats in China now come from a variety of different countries. For instance, Brazil. China is now the largest trading partner for Brazil. And this is a position it has held for over a decade. Today, I interviewed Vasco, who came to China 2 years ago for business opportunities. This is the story of a Brazilian working and living in Shanghai. Enjoy watching. Hello, Vasco. What's a Brazilian doing in China?
Wow, very good question. I came to here 2 years ago just to visit for 3 months to understand a little bit about the Chinese environment to do business here between Brazil and China. And then after 3 months, we prepared a business plan and then we decided to open one office here in China. So that's my short story, how I started my things here.
Yep.
And then now I completed 2 years in China, and I'm very happy to be here and very happy to understand a little bit more about this amazing country.
So we're sitting here in Shanghai right now, but was this your first stop or did you go somewhere else first?
No, it's a crazy thing because, of course, I've never been here in China before. And then I start to try to understand which place it was good to visit first. And then I had one exhibition in Shenzhen. So the
Exhibition?
first exhibition in Shenzhen.
Okay. What kind of the exhibition?
For food products,
Okay.
for food segment. I work in the food segment.
Okay.
And then the first city that I visited was Shenzhen.
Yep.
After Shenzhen, I decided to visit different cities in China, Qingdao, Ningbo, Dalian, Beijing, and then the last city that I visited was Shanghai. And then when I arrived here, I found this amazing city, and then I decided, oh, this could be a very nice place to open one office here and to live here for a while.
So am I correct to assume that your company sent you here for business opportunities?
Yeah.
What was your mission to come here? So are you looking to buy or sell?
Yes. In the beginning, I work for one Brazilian company, quite big in Brazil. In this company, I would like to find some different products from Asia. We imported before, however, beyond some traders, not directly. And then we decided, this business with food products from Asia start to increase a lot, and maybe we can go there to understand a little bit how to work the things there to buy directly from some factories. And then the first moment, the first mission, it was try to find different suppliers in China and in Asia, mainly in China, and also, of course, try to do business directly with suppliers here and not beyond some traders that we know from Brazil.
Thank you for the answer. I'm actually a little surprised to hear you say that you're buying food products from China because my understanding is that as both BRICS countries, right, China and Brazil were both BRICS countries, when the China-US relationship started to sour, China basically stopped or decreased the import of soybeans and beef from the US.
Yes.
And then instead, China was starting to import more beef and soybeans from Brazil. But now you're saying that China is actually selling to Brazil the food products. So why is that?
Yes, this is a little bit weird and crazy thing because if you're thinking about it 20 years ago, it was not possible to do this kind of thing because, of course, China was in another moment about the economy. And however, Brazil and China has a very good relationship about the food products. Brazil is a big exporter for China for soybean, for sugar, for beef, and also for chicken, right? And so we have a very good relationship with China. Normally we export food to China and then we import different products from China, for instance, cars and small appliances and electronics, cell phones and everything like that. However, in the last years, the Chinese government start to develop some smart zones for agriculture. There are 4 different zones here in China to produce more products. For instance, Shandong province, Xinjiang, and this region start to produce some products and they start to have some capacity to also to export. And then now Brazil start, not only Brazil, but Europeans and Americans realize that China has opportunity to import to sell some food products to these other countries. So I'm here to buy normally fish. This is a crazy thing because Brazil sells fish to China and China sells fish to Brazil.
Same fish or different fish?
Different fish, different behavior. It's quite interesting because here in China, the people love fish with bone, which are kind of bone, right? And in Brazil, the people prefer fillet fish. So normally we export fish with bone to China and we import another kind of fish, fillet fish only. The people prefer in Brazil grilled fish or grilled chicken breast, for instance, than instead, for instance, chicken feet.
Yeah,
it's different behavior about the consume. So that's the reason that we have opportunity here to buy some products, for instance, fish, and in the other hand, of course, we can export to China. But I'm here only to import products from China to Brazil.
Interesting. So did you end up finding a lot of opportunities here in China?
Yes, for sure. There are many opportunities, not only in China, but in Asia. Normally we have a lot of opportunities also in Vietnam, Thailand, Japan, and other countries, but mainly in China, of course. And here we start to discover different segments too. For instance, for disposable items, that we can use for food products, different plastic bucket or paper box or something like that to preserve different foods there. Yeah. So I'm trying to do business in this area, everything related with food segment, even packages.
Interesting. What's the biggest challenge of doing business in China, in your opinion?
The first thing is try to understand how to work the relationship here and how to work to do business here. Never easy to understand. Of course, we are talking about different cultures, different way to do business. And to come here, I did one short course in Brazil before with one Chinese lady. This Chinese lady has one school for education in Brazil, for business education. Then she can teach you a little bit more about the environment here in China to do business. So she explained, of course, about how to work with the guanxi, how to what? Guanxi.
Guanxi. Okay, the relationship, relationship.
There's relationship here, how to works the dinner, how to work the environment during the negotiation and something like that. So I of course, I try to learn a little bit before arriving in China. And of course, in China, I start to understand that it's quite important that you need to build a long-term relationship with the different suppliers here. So it's a little bit different, but this is a very good challenge because if you compare, it's a very important thing. For instance, Brazilian people don't, how to say the exactly word, the Brazilian people don't believe so much in Chinese people to do business. And also Chinese people don't believe so much in the Brazilian people to do business.
Oh, you mean there's a lack of trust?
Yes, don't have a kind of trust between these two people doing business.
Why is that?
Because the crazy thing, because Brazil and China has more things in common than we can imagine. For instance, Chinese loves to do business and try to negotiate more and more and more, try to reduce the price or try to increase the price or try to sell more volume for you whole time. This is a way that China is a very good trader normally.
Yeah.
And if you compare with the Brazilian has the same kind of blood, the same kind of behavior. We like to whole time to reduce the price, try to negotiate, and
Right.
normally after the last word in this negotiation and shake hands, the Brazilian people like to ask a little bit more things, do you know?
Like
Try to reduce more your price,
right.
or finish negotiation, for instance, reduce your price, agreed about the volume and everything, and then in the final, okay, but you can give me more payment terms, for instance, because I need more time to pay or something like that. And if you think about the Chinese behavior, normally Chinese is a very good trader, a whole time negotiating. The difference is because the Chinese, I really like to do business with Chinese, but you need to be sure that you are talking and that we are negotiating, and you need to put everything, all these details, in some kind of a document or paper to be clear for everybody, because there are many different things in this middle, right? First, the Chinese don't trust in the Brazilian customers. Second, the Brazilian customers don't trust in the Chinese. Third, we are talking in a different language, both.
Wait.
Chinese are speaking in English, and you are speaking in English. It's not our native language.
Lost in translation.
Nothing translation. So this kind of thing could happen, a kind of misunderstanding in the negotiation.
I see.
And the other thing, because we need to be clear about everything. So normally there are some small things in this negotiation that, of course, could affect one side or another side, and then because this, of course, the people normally in this situation has a lot of misunderstanding. And then I realized that it's quite important to be very clear, speak or try to explain more than one time. Normally I explain 2 or 3 times what I want. And normally after some time I ask some feedback about this negotiation. This is quite important because we can build a relationship together, and of course we start to increase the volume more and more and more together.
Yeah. So if I may summarize what you're saying that is, I feel like you're not saying that we don't trust each other, but there's a issue with communications because Chinese is speaking a second language, right? In English, and Brazilian you speak Portuguese, but you have to speak English, so your communication is hard.
Yes, but the communication is hard. The communication is hard, but we have some issues about the, for instance, some factories that didn't produce the item that these Brazilian guys buy before, or then another side. For instance, there are many Brazilians that decide to put some order, but they never pay this order or something like that. So this is a big issue in the middle because, of course, I believe that 95% of the population here we can trust, and the same thing in Brazil. But of course, we have 5% in Brazil and they have 5% here. I don't know exactly.
Some bad apples.
There are bad boys in the middle.
I see.
The business, and because these people, of course, the things could be a little bit strange, right?
I see. Yeah, interesting.
And the other thing, because we are a poor country, not a rich country like Europe or US, that the people believe so much, has a very strong currency, speak very well English and something like that. So need to pay attention a little bit more. But I suppose that this is only the first stage. After I understood a little bit more about the culture here, about the environment here to do business, I really like to do business more with Chinese than with Brazilian nowadays.
That's good to know.
Yes, very good. I really prefer. It's quite clear, quite good communication. And by the way, most of the companies here would like to do business in the long term, and I like this way.
Yeah. What surprised you most about after coming to China? And like before you came here, what did you think about China and Chinese people?
We are in Americas, of course, and our colonization it was a European colonization, and of course European colonization with Portuguese, Spanish. After that, in the Second War, a lot of German, Italian people, and something like that, and. Also, after 70s, of course, Brazil has a very strong influence for Americans. So when by Americans, sorry.
Okay.
And then the crazy thing, the China real history there is quite difficult to listen or to read in different newspaper and different magazine there. Normally the people has a different understand about the Chinese country, for instance.
I see.
It's a quite close country. The people you cannot believe in to do business together. Normally a lot of exploration about workers here or something like that. And here it's a poor country. Some people can imagine this kind of thing yet, because we have some people in Brazil that love China and another people hate China. But the real thing, this is quite important. Brazil's 30% of our imported goods, it's from China. 30% of our export goods, it's to China. So Brazil and China are very dependent one of each other. So Brazil depends a lot of China. And in the last 20 years, Brazil improved or increased our relationship with China a lot, with the both presidents, the president here and the president there, Xi Jinping and Lula. They are doing a lot of business together. And I suppose this kind of a relationship, the government relationship, also all this business that we are doing together about food, about the technology and something like that, of course, this kind of things start to appear a little bit more in the Brazilian market, and the people start to realize that China is not like they imagine or they read on the past, right?
Yeah. I always like to ask foreigners about this, like how they perceive China or how the people in their country perceive China, because I know it depends on what kind of social media, what newspaper you read, right? You have a different point of view. Sometimes if I talk to people coming from Western Europe or coming from the US, they are more, I think I would say the percentage of the people who hold a negative view about China is much more.
Yes.
But like other countries, Brazil or I don't know, other countries, Asian countries, they tend to have a more realistic view of China. That's how I feel.
You're right. The last 4 or 5 years, I suppose that Brazil start to be more realistic about the view about China, mainly because this government relationship. Okay, but of course, part of population don't understand yet, and they prefer believing in the negative histories or something like that. I suffer a little bit with this kind of thing too, because when I talk with somebody in Brazil and then I share that I live in China, normally the people, why you're doing there? It's dangerous or something like that.
It's so safe. It's like the safest place.
And here is the safest place in the world, for sure. For sure. Yeah. I believe, and this is a crazy thing because it's a Brazilian talking that here it's not safe, but we live in one country that is not safe.
Yeah.
So
which city in Brazil were you living in?
I live in São Paulo. I live in São Paulo before.
Okay.
São Paulo is like Shanghai. São Paulo has 23 million people.
Wow. Okay.
Yes, almost the same size, but it's different. Almost the same size. It's quite good because we have many different culture in the city, because many different people from many different countries. For instance, in São Paulo or in Brazil, we have the biggest community, Japanese community outside Japan. We have more Lebanese living in Brazil than in Lebanon.
Oh, really?
It's a crazy thing. In
Oh.
Lebanon has 6 million people, and the Lebanese in Brazil 7 million people.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's a crazy
How
thing.
come? How come there are so many Lebanese living in Brazil?
After Second War,
Okay.
most of them. And the same thing for instance, for some German, for some Italians, for some French people or people from other countries. So we have a different influence about our culture, and also for different influence about what we eat. For instance, we have, of course, Brazilian dishes is most of the restaurants there, but we have a lot of pizza shop. We have a lot of sushi shops, sushi house, Japanese restaurants.
Yeah.
And it's quite nice because we can eat, for instance, one shawarma, Lebanese or something like that. Or we can eat a sushi or pizza. And we have many different dishes that we have there.
Yeah. So did you mean that the Lebanese fled the war zone during World War II to Brazil?
Yes, because the Second World War. But most of the people, because this is a quite interest, because for instance, most of our population for German is Jewish, because it was Jewish that escaped from the Second War.
Okay, and they haven't returned to Israel. They have not.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's the reason, for instance, right?
Okay. Well, thank you so much. Let's talk briefly about your life in China. What do you like and not like about living in China? Name three things you like and three things you don't like.
Oh my God. The first thing for sure, safe. It's a totally safe place. I like to ride here. I like to ride with my bike in different places, and I can park my bike or can leave my bike in everywhere, and I don't mind, and I can come back after 1 hour and the bike is there.
You do lock your bike or no?
Yes.
You do lock your bike?
Yes.
Oh, okay, still have to lock. Okay.
Yes, and the other thing, so first, it's a safe place. The second, about the infrastructure that we have here, about mobility. I mean, for instance, we can go to the airport, directly go straight to the metro, and we arrive in the airport or in a high-speed train station. And it's quite convenient to use the public transportation here. This is an amazing thing for me. The infrastructure that we have here, it's impressive. And the third, we have many opportunities to do business here, for sure. It's a quite interesting environment, and it's different than I can imagine before. But because if you ask for some people outside from other countries, for instance, now the people, you cannot open one business in China, is not allowed, only for Chinese people, or maybe the government need to do business together, you be your partner or something like that.
You mean that's the misconception?
Yes, misconception,
okay.
for sure.
Okay, but that's not the reality.
Not the reality.
Okay.
For instance, I have some foreigner friends that has business here in China, and they are very happy with the business here. So I suppose that we want a very good environment to do business. This is a kind of thing that I like it.
Now we're moving on to the three things that you don't like about China.
Oh my God. When I visit small cities, for instance, I have difficult to language, to speak English in different places, or to see a menu in different languages, or to read some signs in different languages. So this is a kind of barrier for me, but it's not something that it's about China exactly, right?
Do you know that with your phone, you can take a photo of the menu in the restaurant, and then I think there's an
translator.
app. Yeah, there's an app that can translate image,
that's the
right?
thing that I do.
Oh, okay.
But the things that I don't like in China, wow, I'm trying to think different things.
Let me change a different way of asking you the question. So when you navigate through your daily life, what did you find the most difficult? What gives you the biggest headache?
The biggest for me, of course, is communication. My communication.
Oh, that was done already. And
Yes.
something else.
Another. Oh my gosh. Oh yes, I have one very good.
Okay.
Chinese is a bad driver. Very bad driver.
All of us?
Not all of us. Of course, in Brazil we have a lot of bad drivers too.
Yeah.
But here you need to pay attention whole time when you are on the street because the traffic is a little bit different, right?
Yeah.
You live in the USA before, you know how to work the things there. And here you need to pay attention about different things, the bicycle, the scooters,
Yeah.
the cars, and some moments these cars just enter on the street and they didn't see nothing, only entering the street and that's it.
Yeah, I feel like the here when people drive, the principle that people have is that as long as they don't hit you, they are fine.
Yeah,
they will get very close to you, and sometimes they drive aggressively. If you try to cross the road, they will just force you to make way for them, right?
Yeah.
But like when I was living in California, most cars will wait for you. If they see you walking, they will just stop. Wherever they are, they will wait for you. But here, cars don't wait for you to cross first.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
This is a different thing here that we need to pay attention about.
Yeah, but then I reflected on this issue because I think it depends on the traffic, how much traffic the place has. Like in the US, not all cities are the same, right? So in New York, where there's so many cars, so many people, cars also behave badly as well.
Yeah.
In California, it's better. So I think it depends on where it's on the traffic. It's not about the country or ethnicity. It's about the environment. That's my conclusion. That's my opinion. Anyway.
Yeah, could be. I never thinking this way, but it could be. But I suppose my theory is a little bit different. It's the same thing happening in Brazil. The economy increased a lot in the last few years, right? And because the economy increased a lot in the last few years, a lot of people decided to buy one car. And of course, we have a lot of new drivers in the city. And maybe with this increasing with cars on the street, maybe not so much, not only good drivers we have. You know?
I think drivers in Shanghai are much better than drivers elsewhere in China. Like I'm from a small city in China, where in my hometown there are lanes on the road, but people don't really follow the lane. They're driving on the line.
In the middle.
It's the middle. Yeah, it's like they don't see lanes.
Yeah, that's the point. That's the point. I suppose that. I'm not sure if it's more education because we have the same problem in Brazil. It's a crazy thing. We have a lot of people crazy on the traffic, and we need to pay attention for us and for other people. So this, I mean, it's a kind of bad thing for me.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for your time today.
Yes, thank you very much.
I hope we can talk more very soon to see how you're doing in China.
Yes, thank you very much.